Hopout Blick was blowing up in Philly's drill scene, but now he's locked up, facing charges that could put him away for life. Prosecutors say he was involved in a deadly setup that led to 3 people getting gunned down. While waiting for trial, he made headlines again, not for his case, but for recording a full music video from inside his jail cell. This is the story of how Hopout Blick went from rising rapper to facing a possible life sentence. Hopout Blick, real name Kaiser Reeves, was making a name for himself in Philly's drill scene, dropping music that painted a picture of the streets he came from. But with that came more ops and problems. Philly has been one of the deadliest cities in the country, and rappers are getting caught up in the violence at an alarming rate. Blick was no different. He was affiliated with PNB Tortures, a crew from Germantown, and just like most drill rappers, his lyrics weren't just music, they were messages. When his name started buzzing, it didn't take long before he found himself in the middle of something much bigger. On April 28, 2023, the streets got real. It started as a planned gun sale, but it quickly turned into a deadly setup. A group of teens from North Philly had arranged to meet with Blick's crew from Germantown to buy a strap for $1,000. But prosecutors say Blick and his people never intended to sell the gun. They planned to rob the buyers. But what they didn't know was that the other side had caught wind of the setup and came ready. What should have been a quick deal turned into a deadly shootout inside a house on Palmetto Street. When the gunfire stopped, 3 young men were dead, and a 4th was left critically wounded. The victims were all teenagers: 14-year-old Salah Fleming, 17-year-old Malik Ballard, and 17-year-old Khalif Frisi. A 16-year-old boy was shot in the abdomen but somehow survived. Bodies were scattered. One on the porch, another inside the house, and one out on the sidewalk. Philly police arrived to a war zone. Blick was allegedly inside the house when it all went down, but there was no clear evidence that he pulled the trigger. What police did have, though, was enough to charge him with multiple felonies. According to prosecutors, since Blick was part of the setup that led to the shooting, he could be charged with the murders even if he didn't fire a single shot. That's felony murder. If you're involved in a crime that results in someone getting gunned down, you're just as guilty as the shooter. The charges were heavy: 2 counts of murder, attempted murder, robbery, illegal gun possession, and a long list of related crimes. As soon as Blick realized how serious things were, he went on the run. A warrant was issued in July 2023, but he managed to stay free for months. Even as a wanted fugitive, he kept his name buzzing, dropping music and posting on social media like nothing had changed. He even dropped a song called Double Coffins just days before his arrest. That alone had people questioning if he was taunting the situation. Blick's time on the run came to an end in September 2023, when he was finally caught and taken into custody. But just because he was locked up didn't mean he was done making noise. He took things to a whole new level when he managed to record and release a full music video from inside his jail cell. The video, titled "I'm Still Alive," was filmed entirely in a grimy prison cell, with Blick rapping straight to the camera in an orange jumpsuit. The setup was basic: cement walls, a metal toilet, and a bucket of yellow liquid in the corner. No fancy visuals, no high-end production, just raw, unfiltered content that gave a glimpse into his reality behind bars. The fact that he was even able to record the video was a major controversy. Authorities believe he used contraband devices, likely a smuggled cell phone and possibly even a video camera, to pull it off. Philly prisons have been struggling with contraband problems for years, and Blick's video exposed just how deep the issue runs. Not only was he able to record the footage, but he managed to get it edited, uploaded, and pushed out to the public while sitting in a cell. And if that wasn't wild enough, the lyrics in the song raised even more questions. In one of the lines, he raps about one of the victims from the Palmetto Street shooting, saying, "I seen Switchy right there bloody. He was not alive. I knew he was gone, 'cause when I called his name, my brother don't respond." The reference to Switchy is believed to be about Khalif Frisi, one of the victims from the shootout. The fact that he was directly mentioning a crime he was being charged for had prosecutors on alert. Was this an artistic expression, or was he literally rapping about what happened that day? Philly authorities are already using drill lyrics in court, and prosecutors could try to use Blick's own words against him. Whether the song is real or just entertainment doesn't matter. If the DA decides to make an example out of him, they will. Blick's video sparked a firestorm online. Some people called it legendary, saying it was one of the hardest jail music videos ever dropped. Others saw it as reckless, questioning why a man fighting a double homicide case would put out a song that could potentially be used against him in trial. Either way, it got attention, and Blick's name was back in the headlines. But beyond the music video, his case represents a bigger issue with the Philly drill scene. This isn't just about one rapper. This is part of a pattern. Philly has been seeing more and more drill rappers either getting locked up or gunned down before they can make it out. Last year, Lil Bape was charged with murder after allegedly shooting a 16-year-old boy. Another rapper, Bloomberg G's, was gunned down while on the run for a homicide charge. The line between entertainment and real-life violence is getting blurred, and for some of these artists, rap is becoming a self-fulfilling prophecy. Blick's situation also highlights the security problems inside Philly jails. The fact that he was able to record and release a full music video from behind bars shows just how much control some inmates still have over their narratives. The city has been dealing with ongoing issues of contraband smuggling, and Blick's video only brought more attention to it. Shortly after his video dropped, prison officials raided his cell and found a phone. They believe it was the device used to record the footage, but there are also rumors that an actual video camera was involved. Either way, it's clear that inmates are finding ways to work around security measures, and Blick isn't the only one doing it. Just last month, 2 correctional officers were arrested for smuggling contraband into Philly jails, showing that the problem isn't just with the inmates, it's coming from the inside too. Blick's video might have been a power move, but it also put a target on his back. Now he's facing not only his original charges, but additional consequences for violating jail policies. Whether or not this will affect his case is still unclear. But one thing is certain. His situation is getting more complicated. Right now, Blick is sitting in a cell, waiting for his day in court. If convicted, he could be looking at a life sentence. The Philly drill scene has lost countless artists to the streets and the system, and Blick might be next. Whether he beats the case or not, one thing is for sure. This is a story that's far from over.